Peace, kings, warriors, and chosen ones on your semen retention journey, or those of you who just starting it or thinking about starting it. Just wanted to congratulate you guys and let you know that you are strong. You are on your purpose. You are on your mission. And that's big time, right? Because anybody who's on this journey or who's thinking about doing this journey, you're thinking about grand things. You're thinking about yourself. You're thinking about your life. Who doesn't love sex, right? Sex is a beautiful thing. Semen retention journey isn't about not wanting to have sex or not having sex or anything like that, right? Like that might be a part of it, but that's not what it is, right? What it is something deeper. What it is something spiritual. What it is something practical. What it is a tool. What it is something that you can utilize that's going to help you to be able to clear your mind, to clear your energy, to reset your brain, to reorganize your life, and to get you focused, right? Man, I know what it's like to be one of those type of guys who was just knocking down so many different chicks. I remember having roommates and we had contests to see who could get how many chicks in a year or in a month or in a week, right? So a lot of the women that I would deal with, I may have been cool with them, or some of them even had some little feelings for them or something like that, right, from time to time. But the main goal wasn't to get in a relationship with them. The main goal was just to conquer, right? Get another notch under my belt and everything, right? And a lot of times when you think about it, man, when we do certain things, we're not even necessarily doing it because we want to do it. We doing these things because not necessarily we want to fit in. Now, some people want to fit in, but you just want to be one of the fellas. You just want to prove yourself. You want to show that you're worthy. You want to show that you're capable, right? And at the root of all of these things is just really insecurity. Now, as it pertains to semen retention, the problem is when you get focused on going on a hub or any prawn site that you frequent on OF or whatever the case may be, if it's IG models or whatever, right? To each his own. These images get ingrained in your mind, right? And your mind is a powerful tool. Your imagination is a powerful tool, right? And if you're not filling your mind and your imagination up with your purpose, your goals, you getting stronger, you going to the gym, you creating a business, being an entrepreneur, seeing yourself being the highest version of yourself, if that's not getting put into your subconscious, if that's not what you focused on, if you focusing on different images of women that you want to see and different fantasies and stuff like that, then you're going to begin to crave that, right? Over and over and over again, and it becomes an addiction. And growing up, most of us, we weren't taught really how our mind works, how our brain works, subconscious, right? Because the society we live in, it wants us hypersexualized. It wants us docile. It wants our pineal gland calcified, right? It wants you vibrating at a lower frequency and on and on and on, right? It wants you at your lower self because the society needs you to be a battery for it to keep operating and for you to just not complain, not revolt, not be focused, not change it, right? It wants to change you. And the best way to get you, especially men, right, is to get you focused on sex. It's to get you focused on women. It's to get you focused in your lower self, in your root chakra, staying there, right? Overstimulating it. And that's bad for business, brothers. That's bad for business because most of us aren't strong enough to endure that, right? Most of us, man, we see a chick, a big booty chick, some nice breasts, beautiful face and stuff like that. Some of y'all hearing this and that image coming to your mind and you know what I'm talking about, right? And then boom, you done, right? And you not standing in your purpose. You become the pursuer. You start chasing that. No, only thing you're supposed to be chasing is your purpose, your mission, becoming better, right? Because if you think about it, if you really want women, if you really want whatever, right? And you just be who you are and become more of that, be greater at that, that stuff going to naturally come to you. When you the one that's pursuing it, you're leaving your purpose and mission somewhere, right? And unfortunately, a lot of brothers, they die unfulfilled. They die with so much potential untapped into, right? What semen retention did for me, man, it reminded me of who I truly am, right? I had gained so much weight, man. I didn't realize it, but my self-esteem had dropped, right? I was just settling for anything. I was a shell of a man, right? I was just, man, it was embarrassing, the type of stuff that I was on, right? And on this journey, when you're on this semen retention journey, you start getting in tune with who you truly are, right? You get out of your emotional state, right? You start understanding what your emotions are. You start thinking more logically, more rationally, right? Your intuition gets sharper, right? Both sides of your brain start operating at their highest capacity, right? Semen retention is a journey of self, right? That's the truth. It's mastering yourself. It's you knowing, man, I know I got an option to instant gratification over here, but this delayed gratification, this journey, this challenge that I want to get, this championship, this MVP, whatever that goal is in your life that you want to achieve, it's worth much more than just this right here. You do too much of this right here, it adds up. You get in debt, literally, figuratively, financially, emotionally, in any type of way. That karmic debt that you just piling on yourself because you're not subduing your passions, because you letting your ego run the show. You're better than that. And this semen retention journey is going to help you out with that, man. I get it. We flatline at times. We fall, we stumble at times, right? I done been there so many different times, right? When I get on here, I don't come on here trying to pretend like I'm perfect, trying to pretend like I haven't failed before, because I failed more than most people have failed, right? I forgot more than a lot of people ever learned, right? I forgot who I am at times, but that's no more. You got to have grace on yourself, have mercy on yourself, but don't tolerate nonsense for yourself, right? If you want to get into a good relationship, if you want to attract the good type of women, right, you got to attract the good version of yourself. And the only way you attract the best version of yourself is becoming that version of yourself. It's cutting off everything that's distracting you. You know what you need to do. I get it. It gets hard sometimes, right? But that's what life is. And you a man, and that's a part of manhood. Overcoming struggles, overcoming challenges, going from this level to this level to this level. It's levels to this shit, right? And you got what it takes to make it to the level that you want to go to. I'm telling you, the semen retention journey, it's a life changer. It's a game changer. And you're going to lose people along the way, right? Because you're going to start realizing like you've been settling for nonsense, right? You may stop hanging with certain people. You may end certain relationships, right? And that's okay. I get it. Sometimes the emotion might come up and you might think, am I doing the right thing? You've been so used to being in this loop, in this cycle of just starting something, stopping something, starting something, stopping something, right? Going towards your goal, stopping it, right? And one of the most common denominators is your addiction. You can overcome your addiction. This is for you. You're doing the right thing. You're making the right moves. You guys are amazing. And you need to remember that. In the book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill has a section where he talks about sexual transmutation, right? In that section, he discusses also about how some men, they don't start getting on their purpose and their mission until they turn 40, because at that point, they done lived a lot of life. And whatever the case may be, they're not just focused on that sex. And sex energy is creative energy, right? Again, there's nothing wrong with sex. It's just when you misusing it and abusing it. And when you're addicted to porn, that's just a whole nother level, right? Because you're not even physically engaged with a woman. You're just dealing with yourself at your lowest self, right? And I'm not trying to shame anybody's sexuality out there, whatever. That's a personal thing, right? What I'm talking about is abusing that, misusing that, being hypersexualized, not using this energy effectively, productively to your advantage, right? If you're looking at your life and you're not where you want to be, if things aren't going the way that you want them to be, if you look at weak out here, if you in debt, if your relationships are horrible, if you know that you gotta stop what you're doing and start onto a path, because it's a journey, right? It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Don't compare yourself to the next person. A lot of people like to compare themselves to others or different content creators on YouTube. And, sometimes they feel like they can't live up to those standards, right? You don't need anyone else's standards. You need your own standards. So stand on business. If you want to hear more about that Think and Grow Rich Napoleon Hill, I got a video that's called Retain and Grow Rich right here. Check that video out, right? It's going to help you guys out. I appreciate you all. I see you over there. You guys be safe. Peace.